Welcome to episode 30 of Miami Masterclass. I'm Ian, and in today's episode we're going to run through the month of August 2018. We are in with a bit of a tight finish. We've still got 2 months to go, which is a long time in baseball time, but we're 7 games back from the Atlanta Braves in the NL East, and we're only 5 games back from the Philadelphia Phillies, who hold that second wildcard spot. So we have come into a little bit of form. If you haven't been watching the last couple of episodes, we struggled at the start of the season, but in July we did go 14-10, which is quite promising, and we do seem to be on the way up. So let's hope that we can continue that fine form, as we are going to quickly run through the month of August and then talk a little bit about roster expansion. As we don't seem to be doing that well at the moment. We're 8.5 games back. We're closing in on that 500 ball, which did seem a long way off at the start of the season. But we keep dropping games, and we can't afford to drop games. Now, Addison Reed is ready to come back, which is good. So I'm thinking of dropping either Andy Oliver or Tyler Higgins. So we'll have a quick look here to see which one is struggling out of the two. And it does seem to be Tyler Higgins, which I'm not too surprised about that. His ERA is a lot higher. So he can go back down to AAA. And we'll bring... Where are we? We can find the disabled list, and we'll bring Addison Reed back in. And we'll carry on. But our season does seem to be stalling a little bit. We need another big winning month. I mean, we can't fall too far behind the Phillies. I mean, even the Phillies have dropped out of the wildcard spot as well. I mean, they're 1.5 games back. We just cannot afford it. But we are now getting Madison Bumgarner back as well, so this will be interesting. Because I think someone like Ivan Nova will slip back down into the relief role. So, do we drop him back down? Matt Ramsey seems to be struggling a little bit, so Matt Ramsey can go down. Demote him back down to AAA, if I can get the words out of my mouth, and Madison Bumgarner can come in. He should slip straight back into the rotation, and Ivan Nova, or maybe even Brandon Finnegan, will probably drop down into that relief role. But that's another player that'll certainly shore up our rotation a little bit, as we actually just beat the Phillies. I did mention in the last episode that this series was pretty important for us. So we'll have a quick look, and we do have a very distinct possibility that we could sweep them here. So I'll just sim the next game, just out of curiosity. We'll probably lose now I've mentioned it, but we didn't. We got another win, so that's very promising. So let's have a quick look at the standings. Go back to the standings. So we are back to 500 ball with that 4 wins, but we're only half a game closer to the wildcard spot, which isn't out of the question. I mean, 7 games back from Atlanta is not out of the question either, but as each game progresses, our chances diminish ever more so. So we have to see what we can do there. But we have finally climbed over 500 ball for the first time this season, I think. I honestly don't think we were playing over 500, because I think we started the season with a couple of losses and never recuperated. As the Phillies are 4 games out of the wildcard spot, and we're 4 games. Look how good we're doing now. We're second. We were really struggling, and we're only 4.5 games back from Atlanta. This is going to turn out to be a good month. Now we've got some of our players back from injury. This could be really promising. Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do. We're dropping a few games here, which is not what you want to see. As we've got a message when the game decides to load up. There we go. And he's found someone from Australia, Arnold McKay. This guy looks pretty promising, doesn't he? I might throw him. He's only 16, nearly 17, so I'm going to throw him actually in the rookie league. Arnold McKay, let's keep an eye on him. What I will do at the end of this episode, just because it's a bit of a short one, I will actually have a quick look through through our organisation to see if there's been any major improvements, as we're starting to fall away a bit. We've obviously got into a bit of a slump there. We just lost to Milwaukee. And this is this has been a bit disappointing. We haven't really closed that gap from Atlanta. We were 7 games back at the start of the month, and we've only got a week to go, and we're 8 games back now. So we have to close that gap. We really do. And we're falling away from Phillies a little bit. But the Phillies aren't even in contention for the wildcard spot, really. I mean, they're not totally out of it, but we've seemed to have slumped away a bit. We've dropped well below 500 again. This hasn't been our month. It started off our month, but it certainly isn't going to finish our month, I don't think. Unless we have a bit of a winning streak to round it out. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I think we've played about 500 ball, I think. I don't think we've done that well. Just got to think through that final one. So that's the end of the month then. 8.5 games back, 63-66. Last 10, 5-5, and Atlanta are 7-3. So we're 7.5 games back now in the wild card. So I really don't like our chances to make the playoffs this year, which is so frustrating. In fact, we didn't even play over 500. We're at 14-15. So basically 500 ball. You can't do that. We needed another sort of 14-10. We needed to sort of go 16 and whatever that is, 16-13 or 17-12 for the month to keep the pressure on, but not to be. So that's a little disappointing. As we'll have a quick look then at the stats for the month of August. Helps if we go onto the right pitching stats, don't we? For the month of August. There you go. I'm not even on the right screen. So for the month of August then, so Madison Bumgarner's come back and he's really struggled. Perhaps I should have put him on a rehab thing down in AAA just to try and get him back into it, but too late now. Damage is done. Aaron Blair, he struggled a little bit. Adam Connolly struggled as well. Jose Fernandez did very well. Brandon Finnegan hasn't done too badly either. Anyone else that really deserves much of a mention? Not really. Andy Oliver, not having the best of months either there. Yimi Garcia actually did very well. He finished on a hot streak. So, yeah, pitching, a bit so-so in that regard. Let's go to the batting stats. Raul Muto did very, very well. CJ Cron, though. CJ Cron has really dropped off. He has really dropped off. He's got arbitration at the end of the year. You know what? I really don't know if I'm going to bring him back because this year has been so disappointing. I mean, if I offer him an arbitration contract, then I might even look at trading him away, depending on how much we're paying for him. Joe Panic, he had a poor month. Ruben Tejada, though, he only made 3 starts. He did very well. Martin Prado, he's been very good at third base since we lost Pong-Soo Kim. He's stepped into that third base role and done very well. Marco Hernandez, he's disappointing as always. Ketel Marte hasn't done that well either, but he's only made 2 starts. But Profar has been a fantastic trade for us. He's done fantastically well. Put up very good numbers. 210 isolated powers, promising. Kyle Schwarber, not the best of months, but not bad. I mean, he's putting in runs and he's certainly scoring a few. Walked 13 times, which is promising. Casey Soltis, he's on a hot streak as well. About time, really. He's put on very good Ops Plus numbers. His Ops figure of 1148, that's the highest in the team. So I'm very promising young player, this guy. He's, stats aren't quite as good as Schwarber's, but he's a very, very solid left fielder. So if we got to make a decision really of who we keep. Do we keep Schwarber or do we keep Soltis? Because Soltis will be a lot cheaper than Schwarber, but Schwarber is of course a real talent, so I don't think we'll get rid of him, but it all depends what his salary is, because we haven't got a very big budget, as you will remember. Almonte, he's been very solid as well, but he's not playing, is he? Doesn't seem to be playing as many games. It looks like he's sort of sharing that role with Tyler Naquin, and I'm not sure if that's beneficial, because Tyler Naquin hasn't put up fantastic numbers. In fact, Almonte is better all round, better average, better on base, and better slugging, so I'm not sure about Naquin. Naquin hasn't really impressed me, but he's not doing poorly either. And the last guy, Mazzara, he's had a bit of an off month as well. He only batted 204. His on base was below 300 as well, which is a little bit disappointing. So I won't actually talk about the organisation in this episode, because I sort of think wait till the end of the season and we can sort of talk about it a little bit more. But we are 7.5 games back in the wild card. Only 8.5 games back from the division. So really, if we sort of manage to close that 7.5 game gap in the wild card, then we have a real chance of winning the division as well. I don't think either of them are going to happen, to be honest. Another big month for us, though, because we're meeting the Phillies 6 times, playing Washington, playing the Mets, playing the Braves, and I think we actually finish with the Braves as well. So that 3-game series there could be crucial, absolutely crucial for us if we are to win the division or to make the wild card spot. But let's worry about that when it happens. Otherwise, the target is still, at the moment, for me, just to get above 500 ball, because that's all our owner wants. Our owner only wants us to get a winning record, and that's what we have to aim for. That's the low-hanging fruit that we're trying to grab. And if we get a wildcard spot or we happen to win the division, that's a bonus. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys.